To take care of my mother after she fell and injured herself, I turned down a promotion and took a week off work to stay by her side. On the day she was discharged from the hospital, she smiled and handed me a small envelope. Susie, you've worked hard these past few days. This is just a little something from me. Go treat yourself to something good. I wiped my hands, a quiet warmth spreading through my chest. When I opened the envelope, I froze for a moment. Inside was $2. Still, I told myself it didn't matter. The amount wasn't important. What mattered was the thought behind it. But the very next day, while scrolling through social media, I came across a post from my younger brother, the one who hadn't shown his face at the hospital even once. 9 photos filled the post, all of them showing off a sprawling luxury mansion. In the center was a photo of the purchase contract. The caption read, "Officially the owner of a $2 million riverfront house. Big thanks to Mom for the support." I called my mother directly, trying to keep my voice calm. "Mom, I saw on Victor's social media that he bought a house outright. Where did the money come from?" On the other end, her voice was full of delight. "Oh, Susie, you saw it too? This is wonderful news. Our family finally has a place in the city center." "I'm asking where the money came from," I interrupted. She paused, and her tone turned slightly uneasy. "Susie, that's the compensation your father received from the construction accident years ago. Before he passed, he loved your brother the most. I'm just fulfilling his wish." The compensation from my father's accident had only been a little over $200,000. So where did the rest come from? I refused to let it go. "But the house cost $2 million in full. The compensation alone wouldn't cover that, right?" My mother hesitated before answering. "The redevelopment payment for our 2 old houses came through a few days ago. I gave it all to Victor so he could buy the place." My mind buzzed. I hadn't even known about the redevelopment payment until now. "Mom, the compensation from Dad's accident and the redevelopment payment from our old houses both legally include my share. You didn't say a word and gave it all to Victor to buy a house?" Her voice immediately turned sharp. "Susie, what are you implying? Are you trying to fight your brother over family money? Your brother just landed a job at a big company. The next step is getting married. How's he supposed to do that without a proper home? As his sister, you should be supporting him. Instead, you're asking for a share? Don't you have any shame?" I let out a bitter laugh, tears stinging my eyes. "I'm the one without shame? Mom, when you got hurt, I gave up a rare promotion opportunity and took a week off work to take care of you until you left the hospital. You handed me $2 in an envelope, and I actually felt touched. I thought at least you remembered what I'd done for you. But during that entire time, Victor never even showed his face. Yet with a wave of your hand, you gave him $2 million to buy a house. I'm your child too. Don't you think this difference in treatment is a little too obvious?" My mother clearly didn't see anything wrong with it. Instead, she spoke to me with the tone of someone giving a patient lecture. "Susie, why are you being so unreasonable? Victor is a son. He's the one who'll carry on the family name. When I'm old, who do you think will take care of me? You're a daughter. Sooner or later, you'll marry and belong to someone else's family. What's the point of giving you money? So you can pass it on to outsiders? And besides, that $2 was just for good luck. When did you become so petty?" Petty? When I first graduated and started working, I earned $4,000 a month. Every payday, my mother would complain about how poor she was. Without fail, I sent her $3,000. I lived frugally myself, wearing cheap clothes and renting a tiny rundown apartment. So the money I had saved all those years had ended up turning into a luxury house under Victor's name, and I was only worth those $2 for good luck. "Fine, Mom. If I'm just someone who'll eventually leave the family, then give me back the salary I've been leaving with you these past few years." I said leaving because every time she asked for money, her excuse had always been, "I'm saving it for your future wedding." There were 2 seconds of silence on the other end before my mother's impatient voice came through. "What do you mean your money and my money? We're family. Why are you being so calculating? Anyway, we're celebrating Victor buying his new house today. Come home and join us for dinner instead of being so sarcastic." With that, she hung up. Listening to the dead tone from my phone, I wiped away my tears. Dinner? Fine. I would go back and make sure to enjoy that meal. As soon as I stepped through the door, I saw the living room packed with relatives. Victor stood in the middle of it all, talking animatedly, practically spraying spit as he bragged. "Aunt Linda, you have no idea how hard it is to get into the Rivers group. People line up just hoping for a chance." But the moment I walked in, the interviewer spotted my talent. He said people like me are 1 in a million. Linda beamed so widely the wrinkles on her face deepened. "Oh, I've always said Victor was a clever child."